so this is Piano Man. This is one of the plethora of songs that sound freaking awesome, but they're relatively simple when you break it down to the basic parts. So any, I would say intermediate player can play this and do the basics. If you want to have it sound great, like Billy Joel, totally different and go elsewhere. But this is about breaking it down to simplicity. So, all right, Piano Man, key of C. This is the intro part, and then we'll get into some of the tutorial stuff. So. So that's the intro, and then kind of goes into it. So I'll go ahead and break that into the parts, but we're also going to start from the very beginning. So even though it's a key of C song in the intro, he does a D7 and a G7 and just makes it sound awesome. So this is a D chord, this is a G chord. So this is a D7 where you add the C, and this is a G7 where you add the F. You can hear that kind of jazzy sound, sounds good. So he just starts with a D7. So, but then he's doing something weird on the right hand, and so that's basically starting in an A minor position, but ending on the G. So I'll do it. So the slower part is D7 and this A minor position, just like that. And fingering his keys, you end on the G, and then you're just walking down every single note down to the C. Slow. There you go. So I'll do that again. And then if you do it faster, then you can hear that sounds jazzy. Then the next chord, the second chord, is just a G7, and this is the G7, but we're inverting it. And the nice thing here is you go from D7 down to G7 inversion, which is like that, D, F, G, D. And you can see this is the 7th, and you're just bringing those down. So once you do that, second chord, then he does some really cool stuff. I just simply play around with the keys in the G7. I'm just doing that. Just doing that a few times, but slowly it's chord, just keep doing it, and then I do like that. So I'll do that again. Roll it, and then I'm doing a roll here. So D, F, B, or actually this whole, same chord, and then doing the, so that's B, D, F. And then just walking down in the G7 position. And then you start on the chord. So I'll do that again, slowly. And then the G7, rolling. And then ending on the G in each case, and then walking down. Down to the roll. So that's the intro part, and I'll do it one time fast, and then we'll go into the first section. Then we go into intro, and this is just a simple walk down. So on the left it's C, B, A, G, F, E, so simple, D, and then back to G. That's the first part of the walk down, and the second part goes to F and then back to G. C, B, D, G, F, G, and then back to C. And here we're doing kind of the next riff. So, and when you're doing that, you can do the exact same chords. So C note there in the left hand, right hand C major, twice. And then doing go down to B, do the same chord. Then go to A, do an A minor chord. Then we go to G, just bring your thumb down to the G. Now we're going to F and doing the same thing. F, then E, bring your thumb down to E, and then D. So you could do D major there, but what he does some cool riff, and I'll just show you. This is a D major chord up here, and then, so if you got that position, all I'm doing is doing that, and then the G major, like that. So it goes, then G, like that. So I'll do that again. C, B, A, G, hitting it, F, E, and then this, then G, whoops. Now we'll do it one more time. B, A, G, F, back to G. And now we're doing the riff. So here's the classic riff. So that's how I'm doing that, but I'll just show you real quick. So it's basically C, F, G, F, C. So doing C major position, and you're keeping the root, the C octave root here. That's what I do. Just makes it easy. So play the whole thing, and then roll it. And then go to F. Then now you're moving into the F position here with your right hand, still keeping the C octave. And then you're going in the G position. Just slide your 2 and 3 fingers up there. And then you're going down. And here I'm hitting the notes again. F. Like that. As I'm going down. So one more time. C, F, and then G, and then back down, F, E, D, and it does it twice. And then you start going into the song. 5 o'clock on a Saturday. So you may have to repeat that a couple times, but that is the basic. Okay, and here's some options for what to do with filler stuff. So if you're just kind of playing by yourself, the classic riff is this. So C, F, G, F, C. And then what I do to vary it up when I'm playing, I just get tired of it, so I'll just kind of... using the same roots, and it just sounds pretty cool, I think. So it's just C, and you're rolling this. 1, 2, 3. And then same thing with the F. And then G, but I'm just going down to the inverted. And then you're just doing the walk down, F. Just add some character to it. A little option. But very simple and really doable. Okay, so after a couple phrases of that, and that's on the chord sheet that I can send you, then the chorus part, the nice thing about how simple the song is, the chorus is the exact same. So it's as the walk down. So it's basically the same thing. Same walk down. Same riff. That's the nice thing about that. But what you can do with it, it makes it sound good, and you can actually do it in the verse too. Since there's 2 phrases on the walk down, when I do the first phrase of the chorus, do it on a higher, do the same root note on the left hand, but 1 octave higher. So sing us a song, go the piano man, sing us a song tonight. Now go lower again. So that just adds a little bit of character. It's the exact same notes, so that's a nice thing, but adds some character. There's even some dual verses where he does more of an excited, higher energy thing. Then I just go high, because it just gives a little extra sound to it. And then the other option during the chorus is to actually play along the notes. So. Oops, like that. So you can do it. It's actually relatively simple. I'll just show you on the right. You're doing the exact same stuff on the left hand, but you're in the higher position here. So it's basically C. Sing us the song your. So it's a G, G, D, F, E. So it's like that. And I'm kind of playing both those notes. So. You have to remember to keep walking down there, and then you go into F, sing, and then you're doing the E there, and then you go to night. Then just do the transition chord G, then back to F. I'm sorry, E, F, and then it's the F chord. So that's an option for the chorus. All right, so the next part is what I call the refrain. That's the la-di-da part, and it starts in C, but then goes down to the A minor position. I'll play it first just so you can see it, and then I'll break it down. So C. So that is the refrain. So, but basically, like I said, starting in C, and then B is the transition to A. Right there. And basically, in the left hand, whether it's single notes or octaves, you're going to go A, G, D, F, A, G, D, hang on D, and now you go to do the walk down from G. F, C, E, D, and C. So that's your left hand. On the right hand, you're doing the A minor position, and you're not doing it's the inverted one ending on A minor twice. Even though you're going to G there, it just sounds good. Now you're going to F, or D and then F. D. So that's how I'm doing those. You can do it in any position, but I think that sounds good. D, F. Back to A again, G, and then D, hanging on D. Now do the walk down G. And then this walk down, I'm keeping in the G position chord on the right hand all the way through. It just sounds good, but walking down on the left. So G, F, E, D, and then you're starting over again. Okay, so the next part is the solo, and that is really awesome. It's tough to do the way he does it, but it's doable if you simplify. And the nice thing is it has the same root notes as the refrain. So A, G, D, F. So that makes it nice, and that's a cool riff. So it comes in after the Paul's a Real Estate Novelist and the Waitress at Practicing Politics. You're ending on C, and then you go to the solo in A. And I'll go ahead and just do one version of it, and then I'll kind of break it down. So. And sing us a song, and then it goes into the chorus. But A, the root. A, G, and I'll just do it with one finger, but he does it with octave. So I'm doing it in this higher one rather than low. So So it's going to be, and the chord I'm going to do on the right hand is going to be in A minor position for the first two ones. And then down to G on the left, and I'm still in the A minor position. I'll show you the variations shortly. Then you're going to D, and then F, and then you're going to this again. And you do that basically three times, and then the fourth time you're hanging on D, and then you're doing the walk down from G, and you're staying in the G position on the right hand. Okay, so that's the basics of the root positions, but now I'll show you the variations. So, and I'll focus more on the right hand. So you're doing the A minor, and it's like a full chord, but you're adding in the G, and you're doing it from two different positions. This, and then you're doing a roll down where you slide it up one. So that's still an A minor, but you're still just adding the G in both cases. So rolling, A, C, E, G, A, and then the next phrase is, and now you're rolling down from high C, C, A, G, E, C. So on the, it's going to sound like this. So you can see how that works. And you have to slow it down. And if that's too complicated, don't add in the G and just do whatever. Just however you want to do those inverted chords. Or you can just stay in A. And then you go to D. So either way, but one more time. So that's it for there. And then for the G to F, I'm just starting here. So I'm just doing, it's a full D chord, the 2 here. And then I'm doing the F. So it goes D, then F. Adding in the B just for a filler note because it works with the rhythm. So D, and or you can hit that top one twice, and then now you're going back to the A. And then on the second one on the D, where you can do this because he's doing that in between fill. So that'd be D. Or you can do whatever. And then the next one you're doing that roll again. And then hanging on D. And sing us a song. So that's the solo part. And again, you can do you can stay in the root positions and just do whatever works. All right, and then there's more verse and more chorus, and then you end the song, and so bass, and it ends slow where it goes. But you can also do different octaves. However you want to do it. So you can vary it up and it sounds good.